Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. I am Edwin Kanakan Kamat from the group 6. So I am the first reporter in this group. My topic is about assessment development cycle. So ano nga ba itong assessment development cycle, or kung paano ba ito umiikot? The assessment development cycle is a systematic approach to creating effective assessment. So, systematic meaning may mga process or stages itong sinusundan. Narito yung mga general outline of the process. Number 1 is planning. This involves identifying the purpose of the assessment, the skills or knowledge to be assessed, and the intended audience. Okay, so dito sa stage na ito is pinag-isipan or pinagpaplanuhan ng mga teachers kung ano yung skills or knowledge ang dapat nilang ma-improve sa kanilang mga students. Dito inaalam ng mga teachers kung ano yung objective na gagawin nila para mas madaling makuha ng mga estudyante yung ituturo nila. The type of assessment is also decided at this stage. Ang assessment kasi is may dalawang type. Yun yung formative and summative assessment. Sa definition ng assessment development cycle, ito ay systematic. So, itong formative and summative na ito is hindi pwedeng magkabaliktad. Kasi nga, ito ay systematic. Formative kasi is ongoing and is used throughout the learning process to check student understanding and progress. So, ongoing siya. Itong ginagawa natin ngayon is matatawag na formative kasi nga ongoing. So, ito yung nangyayari ngayon. And the summative naman is typically done at the end of the unit. So, ang example nito is yung final exams, standardized tests, like bar examinations, and end of unit tests. Yan yung mga example ng summative. Yung sa formative, ang sample niya is yung mga quizzes, class discussions. Yan. Okay, so number 2 naman is design. In this stage, the actual assessment items are created. So dito naman, ginagawa na ng mga guro ang mga assessment item. Assessment items is yung mga like modules or yung test papers. This could be multiple choice questions or essays, projects, or any other form of assessment. The design should align with the learning objective identified in the planning stage. So, nagbabase sila kung ano yung nakita nila doon sa first stage. Nag-adjust sila sa kung anong gagawin nilang assessment base sa kung ano yung pwedeng ma-improve sa knowledge or skills ng kanilang mga student. So, number 3 naman is development. Here, the assessment is assembled and prepared for distribution. This could involve formatting, creating an answer key, and ensuring the assessment is accessible for all students. So, sa stage naman na ito is binubuo na nila yung or prepared na sila for distribution. Ang makaganapan naman sa stage na ito is yung paggawa nila ng mga layout ng test papers, paggawa ng modules, and yung answer key. Kailangan nilang gawin doon. Sinisiguro din ng mga guro na accessible sa lahat ng student ang kanilang output. So, ibig sabihin, accessible. Ang example nito is yung kagaya ng sa Google Classroom. Di ba may binibigay yung teachers na task, tapos binibigyan tayo ng link. So, madali nating nakukuha yung napapasukan yung task kasi nga accessible. Yung link kasi is madali lang. One click mo lang is nandun ka na sa task na binigay sa iyo. Yun yung example niya. So, number 4 is implementation. In this stage, the assessment is administered to the target audience. This could be in classroom or online. Sa stage naman na ito is ibibigay na sa mga student yung kanilang mga modules or test papers na pwede ito sa online or sa face-to-face. So, kung sa face-to-face, makukuha agad ng student yung bibigay sa kanila yung test paper nila in actual. So, kung sa kuha naman sa online is yung link ang makukuha nila sa Google Classroom. Sila kukuha ng task. Doon sila bibigay ng task sa Google Classroom. Okay, so number 5 is analysis. After the assessment is completed, the results are analyzed to determine if the assessment was effective. So pagkatapos ng examinations, titingnan ng guro kung ano yung result ng kanilang ginawang assessment, kung naging effective ba yon. This could involve item analysis, which look at how individual questions perform. Titingnan ng mga guro yung test papers, kung paano ba nag-perform yung mga student nila, at pagkatapos nun ay doon sila magbibigay ng overall scores. And then number 6 naman is review and revision. Based on the analysis, the assessment is reviewed and revised as necessary. This could involve removing or revising questions that didn't perform well, adjusting the difficulty level, or making other changes to improve the effectiveness of the assessment. So base naman dito sa base sa analysis, yung assessment is titingnan ulit ng mga teachers kung ano yung nakita nilang hindi masyado naintindihan ng mga student, is pwede nilang palitan, or pwede nilang mas ituturo pa nila yun ng maayos sa mga estudyante. Or mag-adjust sila sa level ng difficulty nung ginawa nilang assessment. Halimbawa, nasa level 10 yung ginawa nila, is gagawin nilang level 8 or level 5 or mas mababa pa, hanggang sa makita nilang mas makuha na ng mga student nila kung yung ibibigay nilang assessment. Upang mabigyan din ng chance yung ibang medyo mahina yung catch up sa explanation ng mga teachers. So last one is the repeat the cycle. The revised assessment goes back into the planning stage for the next cycle. The cycle is repeated as many times as necessary to create an effective assessment. So sa title pa lang niya is cycle. A cycle refers to a series of events or processes that repeat in the same order. So hanggat sa hindi makuha ng my student yung objective na binigay or yung assessment na binigay ng teachers, hanggang sa makita ng teacher na medyo nahihirapan pa yung mga student, ay ulit-ulitin nila yon, babalik sila sa first stage, which is the planning, hanggang sa maging effective na yung assessment. Yun yung cycle na nangyayari sa assessment development cycle. So hanggang dito na lang po. Maraming salamat, shukran, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.